This is a created franchise called the Bronx Knights on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. My goal originally was to play every single game, 162 games of a schedule, no skipped innings, no simulated games, and I've done that, and now it's time for the playoffs, 162 and beyond. I snuck past the Minnesota Twins in the divisional round in 5 games. It was a tough ALDS, and now it's time for the ALCS. The Bronx Knights are up on the Tampa Bay Rays 3-2. They win today in Game 6, and they advance to the World Series. They lose, and then Game 7, and all bets are off. It's do or die. So the goal is to win this game so that they can meet the Colorado Rockies in the World Series, who have already advanced to represent the National League. So the difficulty setting for this entire season has been on All-Star for hitting and both pitching. I hit, I field, I do not run the bases. I hit, pitch, field, don't run the bases. I let the computer handle the base running. Anyway, enough of that. Let's jump into the schedule. So here we go. Game 6 at Tropicana. View organizations games. Play game. Okay. Play full game. We are the away team at Tropicana Field in Tampa Bay. Broadcast. Joey Pollard, who won 20 games during the regular season, is 0-2 in the playoffs. Looking to turn that around. And this is the starting lineup. Let's rock and roll. Both teams won 107 games during the regular season and are believed to be the best teams in baseball. So here's the lineups. It's time to go. Let's do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for Bronx Knights baseball here at Tropicana Field in Tampa Bay for Game 6 of the American League Championship Series. The Knights lead 3-2. They win today and they advance to the World Series. They lose, and all bets are off. It'll be Game 7. On the mound for the Tampa Bay Rays is Mark Pryor. He's had 3 starts in the postseason. He's 2-1 with a 2.57 earned run average. And leading off in Game 6 for the Bronx Knights, Max Lukulich, the center fielder, hitting 279 with 3 runs batted in the postseason. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Pryor. Pitches high, ball 1. Max hit 308 during the regular season, stole 39 bases. And he pulls the fastball down the right field line. Out of play, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Slider outside, count is 2-1. Grounds it to the first baseman. Olerud tosses it to the pitcher covering. He gets there in time. There's 1 away here in the game. Starting lineup for the Bronx Knights: Max Lukulich is in center, Don Mattingly's at first, Chris Ramos is the second baseman, Michael O'Rourke's in left, Jacob Salazar is the shortstop. Your DH is Matt Saps. Francisco Lindor is in right, Matt Termini is at third, and batting ninth is the catcher, Anthony Millo. So next up is Don Mattingly, hitting 268 in the postseason, a homer, 5 RBIs. Pitch from Pryor is outside, ball 1. And it's a line drive over the head of the shortstop and into left field. It is a 1-out single for the Bronx Knights here in the first. Here's the replay. Line drive. Next up is the reigning American League Most Valuable Player, Chris Ramos, second baseman, hitting from the left side against the righty Pryor. Pitch is outside, ball 1. He's hitting 270, a homer, and 5 RBIs in the postseason. A far cry from his regular season statistics. He needs to get on the ball. Pitch is outside, 2 balls and no strikes. During the regular season, he hit 361, had 66 homers, and 169 runs batted in to lead all of baseball. yanks it fouled up the first baseline. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. He had the bases loaded where a single yesterday where a single would have won the game. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate. In game 5, popped out. Was 0 for 5 yesterday. Needs to get on track. Mattingly leads off first, 1 out. And it is a slow roller to the second baseman, flips the second for 1 back to first. Not in time, it is a fielder's choice. Out at second. So Ramos will take over at first base, and there are 2 away here in the top of the first. Next up is the right fielder, Michael O'Rourke. That's the Mike Scioscia, the manager of the Tampa Bay Rays. Michael O'Rourke is hitting .289, a homer, 7 RBIs in the postseason. Left fielder for the Bronx Knights. Slices the fastball down the left field line, a little late on it. Strike 1. During the regular season, he had 38 homers and 117 runs batted in. And he yanks it down the right field line and into the corner. Ramos turns second, heads to third. It'll be runners at first, second, and third on the double by O'Rourke. 2 runners in scoring position with 2 away here in the top of the first. Again, he just wraps it over the head of the first baseman, John Olerud, heads into the right field corner. So next up is the shortstop, Jacob Salazar, hitting .243 with 4 RBIs in the postseason. Checks his swing with the breaking balls in there. Strike 1. Salazar had exactly 100 runs batted in during the regular season. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Tries the backdoor slider but misses. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Ramos leads off third. O'Rourke leads off second. Inside, off the plate, bounces away. No advance. There's really no backstop. It ricocheted back there. It would have been a big gamble with 2 outs to come home. So the count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Salazar. A single will get both of them home. Yanks it foul. Out of play. Count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Game 6 of the ALCS. The pitch count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count. Here comes the pitch to Salazar from Pryor. And he hits a deep drive towards center field. Back goes the fielder. It is in there. It's going to be at the very least a double. He's turning second, heading to third. It's going to be a 2-run triple here in the top of the first with 2 outs by Jacob Salazar. RBIs number 5 and 6 during this postseason, and the Bronx Knights have an early 2-0 lead here in the ALCS. Game 6 at Tropicana. Next up is Matthew Saps, hitting .294, 2 homers, 5 RBIs in the postseason. Still 2 outs, runner at third. He is the DH today. And he pops it up behind home plate and out of play for strike 1. During the regular season, he had 33 homers and 109 RBIs. And that's a line drive, base hit to center field, and the runner at third will score, and it's a 3-0 lead for the Bronx Knights here in the top of the first. Let's see that replay. Come on. Just for accountability's sake, it's time to look at the difficulty setting. We go to options, we check out gameplay, and we notice hitting difficulty is on All-Star. Pitching difficulty is on All-Star. Are there people that are better at this game than I am? Of course there are. But that's this difficulty setting that I've set this created franchise at from game 1. It has been at All-Star, and it will end at All-Star. So, here we go. Just so that no one thinks I put it down to rookie, just so I can win game 6. Up next is Francisco Lindor, hitting .500 in the playoffs. Quick throw to first for no reason. Olerud makes the catch. Matthew Saps is at first. There's 2 away here in the top of the first inning. Quick throw to first to keep Saps close. Francisco Lindor is an injury replacement in right field. Benny Lo Cicero, the starting right fielder for the entire season, was injured and is out for the playoffs. And he pops it up. Third base line. Ramirez makes the catch to retire the side, but not before the Bronx Knights scored 3 runs here in the top of the first inning. Game 6 of the American League Championship Series. Knights versus Rays. It's 3-0 Bronx Knights. So on the mound for the Bronx Knights is Joey Pollard. He has not pitched well in the postseason. During the regular season, he won 20 games. He was 20-4. Here in the postseason, he's 0-2 with a 5.02 earned run average. He has been gifted a 3-run lead here in the bottom of the first. Up steps the leadoff man for the Rays, Brian Roberts. He's hitting 175, but does have 2 home runs in the postseason. First pitch of the game from Pollard. Fouls it off, strike 1. And he grounds it foul up the first base line. 2 quick strikes on Roberts. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's the first out of the ball game for Pollard. First strikeout of the game. If there is a Game 7 in the American League Championship Series, the manager has already stated that the ace of the staff on short rest, Eli Ramos, will pitch that Game 7. Next up is Oscar Mercado, the center fielder, 280, 2 home runs. Check that, 2 RBIs in the postseason. Outside corner, strike 1 with the 2-seam fastball. And it is a lazy, shallow fly ball to center. There is the center fielder, Max Lukulich, to make the catch for out number 2. Starting lineup for the Tampa Bay Rays. Brian Roberts is his second. Oscar Mercado is in center. Xander Bogaerts is the shortstop. J.D. Martinez is in left. John Olerud is at first. The DH is Dominic Smith. Jose Ramirez is the third. Aaron Judge is in right. And the catcher is Francisco Mejia in batting ninth. Xander Bogaerts, 270, 4 homers, 9 runs batted in this postseason. Steps up with 2 outs. Takes it at the knees for strike 1. Knuckle curve floats in there, finds the zone for strike 2. 2 quick strikes on Bogaerts. Line drive up the third base line, out of play. It is a foul ball. Count remains 0-2. Swing and a miss at the breaking ball, and the side is retired. So after a 1-2-3 inning for Joey Pollard, after 1 here in the ALCS Game 6, Bronx Knights lead 3-0. I'm pumped with this coffee. Pumped. Leading off the top of the second inning is Matt Termini, the third baseman, hitting 242 this postseason. 2 RBIs. And it's a ground ball. Ranging to his left is the third baseman, Jose Ramirez, throws to first. 1 pitch, 1 away. Defensive alignment for the Tampa Bay Rays in the outfield from left to right. J.D. Martinez, Oscar Mercado, and Aaron Judge. And in the infield, it's Ramirez, Bogaerts, Roberts, Olerud at first with Francisco Mejia behind home plate. So next up for the Knights with 1 away is the number 9 hitter, Anthony Millo. 345, 2 homers, 8 runs batted in for the backstop. He only hit 258 during the regular season. He had 16 homers, but he has come alive here in the playoffs. Pulls it down the third base line. Check that. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike on Millo. And that's a deep drive towards the right center field gap. And the hit parade will continue for Anthony Millo as he strolls into second base with a 1-out double. Millo has turned into a brand new player here in this postseason from the number 9 hole in the lineup. So the lineup turns over for the Knights. Max Lukulich grounded out in the first inning. Steps up for the plate. Swings and misses out in front of the changeup. Strike 1. Runner in scoring position. 1 out, 3-0 lead for the Bronx Knights here in Game 6 of the ALCS. And he jams him. Oh, he got past him. It's going to be a base hit. It got past the pitcher. And they're going to call a base hit. That's just a stroke of luck for the Bronx Knights. He checked his swing, basically. Now to be runners at first and second with only one out for Don Mattingly, who is 1 for 1 today already. Pitches low, ball 1. He had a single in the first inning. 2 runners on, 1 out. Pitches outside, count as 2 balls and no strikes. Don Mattingly was the 1985 American League Most Valuable Player for the New York Yankees. All-Star, Gold Glove first baseman. Not a Hall of Famer, but good player in his time. And he lines it to left, and it will dunk in there for a base hit, but they weren't sure if it was going to drop in, so it's a station to station, and the bases are loaded now with only 1 out for Chris Ramos. The pitching coach for the Rays comes out to have a quick conversation with Mark Pryor, try to settle him down. This is do or die for them. They're down 3-2. They must win to force a Game 7. So, short conversation. Up steps Chris Ramos. He's 0 for 1. Bases are loaded, 1 out. And he hits a deep drive to right. Back goes, looks like it will stay in the ballpark. The catch is made by Aaron Judge. Strong arm. The runner will score. It is a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Chris Ramos. And the lead is now 4-0. Bronx Knights here in the top of the second inning. Good thing you went to bed on that Cowboys game. Good welcome, Mr. Outlander. Thank you for joining the stream, especially on an early day, considering you're in the West Coast. I think it's 9 a.m. where you are. I appreciate the support. Michael O'Rourke steps up to the plate, runners at first and second, and 2 away here in the top of the second inning. Already a 4-0 lead for the Bronx Knights. Pitches low, ball 1. Yeah, I think you guys won 49-0 or something like that. I love football, so I was glad to go. Upset I had to go to sleep. Pitches low to Michael O'Rourke. He's 1 for 1. He had a double in the first inning. The count is 2 balls and no strikes. Muklich leads off second. Mattingly leads off first. Check that.
Yep, that ball went out.
Pitches outside. 3 balls, no strikes for the hitter. Will he have the green light? No, I do not swing on 3-0 pitches. And the pitch is low. I was rewarded for putting the controller down. The bases are now loaded again with 2 away here in the top of the first inning. It's a 4-0 lead for the Bronx Knights. If the Bronx Knights win this Game 6 of the ALCS, they advance to the World Series to face the Colorado Rockies, who have already advanced in the National League into the World Series. Up next is Jacob Salazar, and it's a line drive off the pitcher. It's base to base. He picks it up, throws to first. What a play by Mark Pryor to recover from the line drive shot to get the ball the first inning. But they score a run. At the end of 1.5, it's the Bronx Knights leading 4-0. Washington game was good. Really quickly, Outlander, did you win both games? Up next is J.D. Martinez in the bottom of the second inning, hitting .324, 3 homers, 5 RBIs in the postseason. Fouled off the 2-seam fastball from Joey Pollard, strike 1. I am pumped. That's a deep drive from J.D. Martinez. Back goes O'Rourke, looking up. It's gone. It's a solo home run from J.D. Martinez, his 4th of this postseason, first here in the championship series, and the score is 4-1 Knights here in the bottom of the second. I'm pumped from this coffee. Oh yeah! Let's win this game. Let's go. Come on. Up next is John Olerud, the left-handed hitter. Here's the replay of the homer. J.D. Martinez was, yes, Washington game came down to the last 38 seconds. Nice. I'll bet you guys won. Projected distance, 404 feet. For those of you that are unaware, the Outlander Show is another YouTube channel that deserves your attention. I would suggest following them, subscribing to them. Up next is John Olerud. He's hitting 4 for 24 in the postseason. That's a 167 average. So he has not fared well in the playoffs. First pitch is in there, strike one from Joey Pollard. So, is the Bronx Knights a real team? No, the Bronx Knights are not a real team. Welcome to the stream. They are a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. I was born and raised in the Bronx, New York, and I always thought it would be cool to create a franchise and call them the Bronx Knights. Thank you for joining the stream, Mars. And John Olerud skies it to left. There is O'Rourke. He makes the catch for out number one. However, to me, the Bronx Knights are very real because I've played every inning of every game of a 162-game schedule. Defensive alignment for the Bronx Knights in the outfield from left to right. Michael O'Rourke, Max Lukulich, and Francisco Lindor in right. And in the infield is Termini, Salazar, Ramos, Don Mattingly at first with Anthony Millo behind the plate. Gold Glove winners have been Max Lukulich in center, Don Mattingly at first. Dominic Smith, DH today, steps up. He's been super hot, takes a strike. He has 5 homers and 11 runs batted in here in the playoffs. Next pitch from Pollard. That's a deep drive to left, but there is O'Rourke, and there are 2 outs here in the second. So, 2 outs. Up steps the third baseman, Jose Ramirez, who's hitting .267, 3 homers, 5 RBIs. Breaking ball low, ball 1. So Jose Ramirez hit 40 home runs during the regular season, so he has lots of power. And he hits it off the end of the bat. There is Lukulich in center to retire the side. So a solo home run, not from Jose Ramirez, a solo home run from J.D. Martinez. And at the end of 2 innings of play in Game 6 of the ALCS, the Knights lead 4-1. So, stepping up to the plate in the top of the 3rd inning is Matthew Saps. He had an RBI single in the 1st inning.
Number 31.
Mark Pryor still on the mound. Pitch is low, ball 1. In order for the Tampa Bay Rays to force a Game 7 and make it to the World Series, they must win this game. Bronx Knights win this game, they advance, and Tampa Bay goes home. So the count is 3 balls and no strikes. Will he have the green light on 3-0? No, he will not. I don't swing on 3-0. And he misses ball 4 and walks the leadoff man here in the top of the 3rd. That's why I don't swing on 3-0. I just take the controller out of my hands and I don't bother. So runner leads off is Saps here in the top of the 3rd inning. Up steps Francisco Lindor. He popped out in the 1st inning. He's hitting .462 in the playoffs. He's an injury replacement for Benny Cicero in right. Pitch is high, ball 1. During the regular season, over the course of 38 games, he hit .319. He's had 7 home runs. And he hits a drive to center, but playable for Oscar Mercado, who makes the catch for the 1st out. Next up is the 3rd baseman, Matt Termini, grounded out in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. Saps leads off first. Pryor sets and deals. And he's going. Pitch is in there for strike 1, throw down to second is not in time. It is a stolen base for Matthew Saps, and the Knights now have a runner in scoring position with only 1 out. So count is no balls and 1 strike on Matt Termini. Pitch is high, ball 1, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. It's a 4-1 lead here in Game 6 of the ALCS, the American League Championship Series. Pitch is outside to Termini, 2 balls and 1 strike. Welcome to the stream. Please like the channel. Please subscribe. Much appreciated. Checks his swing. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes is in there. Nice lead to get things going. Thank you, Wicked Quixotic. Nice to see your smiling words. Pitch is inside. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second. 1 away here in the top of the 3rd. 4-1 lead for the Bronx Knights in this Game 6. Inside off the plate, he walks his second batter of the inning, and the runners are at first and second with only one out for Anthony Millo. I'm very surprised the manager in Game 6 and elimination game has not taken Pryor out of the game. You know, it's a do-or-die game. There's no patience. So Millo, hitting .367 in the postseason, had a double in his first at-bat. Now he's up there with runners at first and second. Pitches outside, ball one. So Millo had a terrible first half of the year, hit barely .220. Finished with 16 home runs, had a better second half. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes to Millo. But no one could have predicted how he has come alive here in this postseason. This one is a grounder to the second baseman, over to second for one, back to first. It is a 6-4-3 double play to retire the side, and Pryor gets out of the mess. He walks 2 batters, but escapes further harm. After 2.5 innings of play here at Tropicana, it's the Bronx Knights 4, the Tampa Bay Rays 1. So we go to the bottom of the third, and up steps the right fielder, Aaron Judge. He's hitting .313, a homer, 2 RBIs in the postseason. Pollard sets and delivers. In there with the 2-seam fastball, strike one. Misses with the circle change, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Pops it up behind home plate, out of play. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Aaron Judge is a New York Yankee in real life. Foul tip in the glove, strike 3, and there's 1 out here in the third. That's Pollard's 3rd strikeout of the game. Here's the replay while I drink my coffee. Welcome to Bronx Knights Baseball. I am RC Robin. If you can, if you're on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Next up for the Rays is the number 9 hitter, catcher Francisco Mejia, hitting .200 in the postseason. Pitch was low, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Count is 0-1. And it is a ground ball to the only player on the left side of the infield. The shift was on. So Termini, the third baseman, was playing shortstop essentially by himself. Throws him out. Playoff bracket. As you can see from the right side of the screen, from the blue side, the Colorado Rockies have advanced to the World Series to represent the National League. And the winner of this game, the Knights will either advance or there will be a Game 7 for the American League Championship. Next up with 2 away here in the bottom of the third is Brian Roberts. He's 0-1. Pollard sets and delivers. Pitches in there, strike 1. When I think of Brian Roberts in real life, I think of a Baltimore Oriole. Not a Hall of Famer, but, you know, scrappy player. Swing and a miss at the circle change, count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. And that's a fly ball to right center field. There is the center fielder, Luklich, who makes the catch to retire the side. So, the end of 3 innings of play here in Tropicana. Game 6 of the ALCS. Bronx Knights lead by 3. WrestleMania sometimes is great. Let's see what happens today. Oh, very cool. So WrestleMania is tonight. Okay. I'm glad you told me that. I have friends who watch WrestleMania. I'm not that much of a fan. First pitch, outside, ball 1. But it's kind of thing where you go over and you hang out with friends when they're doing something that they like. Fouls off the pitch, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Luklich. But I also have a very paranoid, germophobic wife who doesn't want me to go out until everyone is vaccinated. Ground ball to the second baseman. Throws to first in time. 1 away here in the top of the 4th. So basically I have to decide whether or not I want to get into an argument to watch WrestleMania. So we shall see, said the blind man. We shall see. So 1 out, and up steps Don Mattingly, who is 2 for 2 today, has the postseason batting average up above 300. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss at the 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Strike one. Slider low. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Game 6 of the ALCS. Outside, 2-1. That's a line drive caught by Ramirez at third base. Nice reaction play from the third baseman, and there's 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. So up next is the reigning American League most valuable player. He had 66 homers during the regular season, 5th all time. Fouls off the fastball for strike 1. He's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly today. He's hitting .269. He is not producing the way he did during the regular season. Pitches low, 1 ball and 1 strike. He popped up with the bases loaded in Game 5 with a chance to win the game. 2 outs in the 9th. He was 0 for 5 yesterday. The fans are starting to grumble. Where is our MVP? Count is 2 balls, 1 strike. And the count is now 3-1. Hitters count. 2 out. Michael O'Rourke is on deck. Here comes the pitch from Pryor. And that ball is high, but not gone. To the track. Aaron Judge makes the catch to retire the side. 3.5 innings gone by. It's a 4-1 lead for the Bronx Knights. So leading off in the bottom of the 4th is the center fielder Oscar Mercado, who flew out in the 1st inning. And it's squibbed down the first base line. Well, WrestleMania is at Raymond James Stadium, and it's packed with fans. Well, listen, what my wife is worried about is there's a particular house that I grew up in that has family, second family and friends that are in the Bronx. I currently live in Westchester County in New York. My hometown will always be the Bronx, and I know for a fact there's a group of friends who live in the Bronx that will be watching it. It's kind of like a community center, per se, and it's a lazy fly ball to center. Lukulich is there, 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th. She's afraid that people are not socially distancing. She's afraid that people have not been vaccinated over at that quote-unquote community center. So in order for me to go watch that game on the pay-per-view television down there in the city, I'll have to have a quite long conversation, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Xander Bogaerts, the shortstop, is 0 for 1. Steps up. Joey Pollard deals. At the corner, strike 1. Just misses inside with the curveball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Xander. I did not know that I did not know they were filling the stadium. Oh, well, I don't know. Not really sure myself. Circle change finds the corner, I assume. Big strike zone from the home plate umpire. The count is quickly 1 ball and 2 strikes on Bogaerts. Bogaerts swings and fouls it upstairs behind home plate. Count remains 1-2. Joey Pollard won 20 games during the regular season, but up to this point was 0-2 in the playoffs. And it seems like his fortunes may just have turned a corner, as he's now battling in the bottom of the 4th with a 3-run lead. And again, Bogaerts fights him, fouls it behind home plate. Count remains 1-2. Misses outside, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And again, fouls it off. And that's a line drive, base hit. Bogaerts wins the battle. It's a 1-out single for the Tampa Bay Rays.
Up next for Tampa Bay, the left fielder, JD.
Next up is J.D. Martinez, who has a solo home run in today's game. He has 4 in the postseason. Swing and a miss at the inside, two-seam fastball, strike one. Just chased the pitch. Again, this is Game 6 of the American League Championship Series, Knights versus Rays. Swing and a miss out in front of the circle change, strike two. JD Martinez in his fictional universe has 453 regular season home runs to his count. And he fouls off the 12-6 curveball, count remains 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three, and there's two away. That is strikeout number 4 for Joey Pollard. Come on, show me the replay. Terrible angle for a replay. When you strike out a batter, it should be from over the shoulder of the pitcher, in my opinion, but I'm not a computer programmer. So next up is the left-handed hitter John Olerud, who's 2 for 12 in this series, 0 for 1 today. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike one. And it's a lazy fly ball the other way to left. O'Rourke measures it, makes the catch, and retires the side. So with 4 innings complete here in Game 6, Bronx lead 4-1. Welcome to Bronx Knights baseball. We go to the top of the 5th inning here in Game 6 of the ALCS. Up steps the cleanup hitter, left fielder Michael O'Rourke, who had a double in the first inning. Mark Pryor still out there. Checks his swing, pitches outside, ball one. And he chases a high fastball, lines it down the left field line, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Fastball outside, 2-1. Fastball outside again. Hitters count 3 balls and 1 strike. Jacob Salazar is on deck. Just gets a piece of the fastball. The count will go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that's a line drive, which I think will drop in there for a base hit, and it will. It is a no out. It's a leadoff single for O'Rourke. It's his 2nd hit of the ball game, and he has come to play today. It's just a bloop base hit to right center field in front of Mercado. And up next is the switch hitting shortstop Jacob Salazar, who already has an RBI single in today's game. Check that. He has a 2-run triple. I apologize, Jacob. How dare I? Backdoor slider in there for strike one. Runner at first. Nobody out. Top of the 5th. Pitches outside, ball one. During the regular season, Jacob Salazar had 202 hits. He had 17 home runs. And that's a line drive which is going to drop in there for a base hit. There's going to be 2 runners on and nobody out for the Bronx Knights here in the 5th inning. Basically, he slaps it the other way towards left field. No chance for JD Martinez. So next up is Matthew Saps. Bullpen is active for the Rays. And he hits a drive to left center field. It's deep but playable in front of the warning track. Mercado makes the catch, tagging at 2nd and going to 3rd is the base runner. So now there'll be runners at 1st and 3rd with only 1 away here in the top of the 5th, where that runner at 3rd can score without the benefit of a base hit. So next up is Francisco Lindor, who's 0 for 2. He's 6 for 14 in this series. He has done a great job in taking over for Lo Cicero. Pitches outside, ball one. Outside, count is 2 balls and no strikes. Lefty Framber Valdez and right-hander Ryan Wellesley are both warming in the bullpen for the Tampa Bay Rays. If I was the manager, I would have taken him out long before this. Checks the swing, pitches low, 3 balls, no strike count. Will he have the green light? No, he will not. I do not swing on 3 balls and no strikes. Take a pitch. It's worth a gamble. Okay, in there. Strike 1. Hitters count. 3 balls, 1 strike. The handcuffs are off. If it's in there, I'm swinging. Let's go. And he hits it. A hard line drive towards the gap. It'll one hop to the wall. 1 run will score. Rounding third and heading home. The throw to the plate. 2 runs will score. It's a 2-run double for Francisco Lindor. And the score is now 6-1 Knights lead here in the 5th. Oh, yeah! If I was the manager of the Tampa Bay Rays, I would be fired the next day for not going to the bullpen sooner in this do-or-die elimination game. If the Bronx Knights win, they go to the World Series. Tampa Bay needs to win Game 6 and 7. He was slow to pull the trigger. Framber Valdez, the left-handed pitcher, comes in. He's pitched well in the postseason. This is his 7th appearance. His ERA is 1.59. Up next with a runner in scoring position is Matt Termini, still only 1 out.
Nope.
Curveball misses, ball 1. And he yanks it foul down the third baseline. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Termini. And again, out in front of the breaking ball. Count is 1-2. Lindor leads off second. 6-1 lead for the Knights. Pitches inside. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Valdez sets, checks the runner. And this time he's late on it. Out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball to the third baseman. Looks the runner back. Throws to first in time. And there is 2 outs here in the top of the 5th.
Now batting, number 43.
So next up is the catcher, Anthony Mello. 1 for 2 with a double. He's hitting .355 in the postseason. Runner in scoring position. And this time he pops it up. Behind home plate, up the elevator shaft. Catcher makes the catch to retire the side. So after 4.5 innings of play, they score 2 more runs. Bronx Knights, leading 3 games to 2 in this best of 7 series, have a 6-1 lead. So we go to the bottom of the 5th, and we'll go to our sideline reporter, Heidi Watney. We apologize, Heidi. There seems to be something wrong with your microphone. We'll send a technician down there immediately to fix it. In the meantime, we're going to have to cut back to the mound and the pitcher and the home plate as Dominic Smith makes that slow walk out to the batter's box. He flew out in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1. He's hitting .351 in the playoffs. Pitches low, ball 1 from Joey Pollard. Tries to wait on the circle change, fouls it behind home plate. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. That's a hard line drive. Diving attempt from Salazar, but he cannot get it. It's a leadoff single for Dominic Smith, and his hot bat continues. He came to play. Oof. Next up is Jose Ramirez, third baseman. 4 for 19 in the series, 0 for 1 today. Steps up to the plate. Strike 1 at the knees. Had a home run in Game 5 yesterday. That's a deep drive. Back goes O'Rourke. It is 1 hop to the wall. It's going to be a double for Ramirez. The runner at first was not sure if the ball would be caught, so he had to hold up between first and second. So the runner did not score. It's runners at second and third now, here in the bottom of the 5th, if I'm not mistaken. That's O'Rourke out there picking up the ball and tossing it back in. So, It's time for a quick mound visit to calm him down. Say, listen, you've been pitching great. We still have a 5-run lead. Just do what you've done best. You won 20 games during the regular season. Do what you do best. Ground ball. It'll be an RBI ground out for Aaron Judge, and the score is now 6-2, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the fifth. Next up is the number 9 hitter, Francisco Mejia, who grounded out in the third. He's 0 for 1. Runner in scoring position at second and 1 away. Checks the swing, 2 seamers in there, strike 1. Oh, that's a deep drive. Back at the wall, looking up, that ball is gone. It's a 2-run home run from Francisco Mejia, his first of the series, and the score is now 6-4. Bronx Knights lead here in the bottom of the fifth. And this game is not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. Far from it. Oof. So, I am not the Tampa Bay Rays. Carlos, Jesse Biddle. They're going to warm up. Up next is Brian Roberts, the leadoff man. He is 0 for 2 today. I'm not messing around. Tries to bunt his way on, and the ball will go foul. It is strike 1. That was a dangerous, dangerous play. It looked like almost going to be a bunt base hit. Outside corner, strike 2. Count as no balls, 2 strikes. And he fouls it behind home plate. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. It is a 6-4 lead for the Bronx Knights here in Game 6 of the American League Championship Series. Misses outside with the fastball, 1 ball and 2 strikes. If Roberts gets on, the tying run will come to the plate. And he fouls it off and will continue with this at bat. Lazy fly ball to right center field. Lindor makes the catch for out number 2. Next up is the center fielder Oscar Mercado, who's 0 for 2. Flew out twice today. Pops it up behind home plate, out of play, strike 1. And he hits a slow roller to the first baseman. Mattingly scoops it, takes it himself. Side is retired, but not before Francisco Mejia makes it a game again. 2-run home run. 3 runs crossed the plate in this inning. Perhaps 2 runs. I don't know. The point is, at the end of 5, it's an official ball game. Bronx Knights lead 6-4. So, leading off in the top of the 6th inning is Max Lukulich. He singled in the 2nd inning. He is 1 for 3. Turns around and bats from the right side against the lefty Valdez. Takes high, ball 1. 2 right-handers warming in the Rays bullpen, Dominic Leone and Ryan Helsley. Count is 1 ball and no strikes on Lukulich. Pitch is low, and the look on Valdez's face tells me that he does not agree with the call. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Swing and a miss, the fastball, strike 1. Hitters count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch from Valdez. Line drive over the head of the third baseman and heading towards the 315 sign in left field. It's going to be a stand-up double for Max Lukulich to lead off the top of the 6th. That's hit number 2 of the day. Milk that cow, Max. Milk that cow. Nope, no chance for Ramirez. So next up is the first baseman, Don Mattingly. Left-handed hitter versus lefty pitcher, 2 for 3 today. And he hits a fly ball to right. Judge makes the catch for the first out. Runner does not advance. Next up is Chris Ramos, switch hitter, turns around and bats from the right side. He's 0 for 2 today with a sacrifice fly. Runner in scoring position. And that is a lazy fly ball to center field, and it's caught. Again, another out off the bat of Chris Ramos. Does not even advance the runner. Surprising lack of production from the second baseman of the Knights. So 2 outs, runner at second base. Up steps Michael O'Rourke, who is 2 for 2, a single, a double, he scored twice. Needs to get a hit to score that run at second. Ground ball through the box, up the middle, rounding third, and heading home is Lukelich. It's an RBI single for Michael O'Rourke with 2 outs here in the inning, and it's a 7-4 lead for the Bronx Knights. Clutch hit from Michael. Let's watch the replay. Ground ball with eyes. So next up is Jacob Salazar, hitting from the right side. 2 for 3, a single, a triple. Pitches high, ball 1. So it's a 3-run lead for the Bronx Knights here in the top of the 6th inning in Game 6 of the ALCS. They caught him off the base. Throw to second is in time. So caught stealing. Salazar will continue his at-bat. They do score a run on his RBI single, and after 5.5 innings of play, it's the Bronx Knights 7, the Tampa Bay Rays 4. Leading off here in the bottom of the 6th, Xander Bogaerts, who's 1 for 2. Pollard is still on the mound. In there, strike 1, 95 on the radar gun. Xander Bogaerts had 112 runs batted in during the regular season. Line drive foul. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Bogaerts. Misses inside with the fastball, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And it's a fly ball to left. Near the warning track, O'Rourke makes the catch for the first down. Next up is J.D. Martinez. He has a solo home run today. He's 1 for 2. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Grounder to third. Termini throws to first, in time, 2 away. So with 2 outs, up steps the first baseman John Olerud, who's 0 for 2. He's hitting 154 for the playoffs. Breaking ball, knuckle curve, finds the inside corner for strike 1. Checks his swing, pitches outside, ball 1. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. It's a line drive, base hit to center for John Olerud. And the inning will continue. It's a 2-out hit for the Knights. Check that for the Rays.
Now that the designated hitter, Dominic.
So with 2 outs, up steps Dominic Smith. And I'm going to the bullpen. I'm not messing around with Dominic Smith. I'm bringing in Jesse Biddle. Put him in the game.
Your attention, please.
Thank you, Joey Pollard. You leave in a winning position. You're responsible for the runner at first base, but it's time to go to the bullpen. Thank you for your service. Jesse Biddle, left-handed pitcher, versus the lefty Dominic Smith, who's 1 for 2 today. Checks a swing in there. Strike 197 on the radar gun. He has a single today. He's hitting .368 in the postseason. Runner at first, 2 outs. Swing and a miss out in front of the slider. Strike 2 on the batter. Swing and a miss. Tied him up inside. And the inning is over. So we go to the 7th. End of 6 innings of play. It's a 3-run lead for the Bronx Knights here in Game 6. Coming in relief for the Tampa Bay Rays is Ryan Helsley. He's pitched in 3 games in this postseason. He has not pitched well, as you can see. And leading off again is Jacob Salazar, continuing his at-bat. He's 2 for 3 with a single and a triple. His at-bat was interrupted in the previous inning when Michael O'Rourke was caught stealing. Low ball 1. Before we go any further, I want to go to the manager's office. Hold on. 2 balls and no strikes. Come on, let me go to the manager's office. There we go. Manager's office, bullpen. All right, Carlos is warming up. I want Caleb Smith warming up just in case. Let's do this. Pitch is low. 3 balls, no strikes on Salazar. Will he be swinging 3-0? No, he will not. I don't swing on 3-0. Ball 4. So Helsley comes in and walks the leadoff man out of the bullpen. Already down by 3 runs. Manager needs to reach for his acid tablets, his Tums. So next up is Matt Saps, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI single today. Salazar leads off first. 3-run lead. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup, strike 1. Quick throw to first. So it's the top of the 7th inning. Should the Bronx Knights win this ball game, they advance to play to the Colorado Rockies. Pitches outside, 1 ball and 1 strike to Saps. They'll play Colorado Rockies. The Rockies have home field advantage in the playoffs. So the first 2 games will be in Colorado. Inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. With the middle 3 games of the World Series being games 3, 4, and 5 being at New York. And he fouls the cut fastball behind home plate. Count as 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Bronx Knights had a better record than the Rockies, but the National League won the All-Star game, and that determines home field advantage for the playoffs, for the World Series, that is. Pitch is low in the dirt. Count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. With no outs, I don't think the runner will be in motion. Outside, so Helsley comes in and walks 2 batters in a row, so it's runners at first and second and nobody out. If I was the manager of the Rays, I would take him out immediately. Next up is Francisco Lindor. He's 1 for 3 with a 2-run double in his last at-bat. Pulls it, foul. Strike 1. And that's a line drive. Dunks in there for a hit. He'll stay at third. So the bases are now loaded. 2 hits, 2 walks and a hit to load the bases here in the top of the 7th inning with nobody out. The hot hitting of Francisco Lindor continues. Next up is Matt Termini with the bases loaded. He's 0 for 2. He walked in the 3rd inning. Lines it foul. Strike 1. He had 11 home runs during the regular season and 81 runs batted in from the number 8 hole. And this one is going to drop in there for a base hit. It'll be an RBI single. Wait, no, it's actually a fielder's choice. The runner at first had to hold up, thought it might be caught. Strong throw from Aaron Judge to second base. So it'll be runners at first and third. The run will score. It'll be 8-4 Bronx Knights. Have you got a grand slam? Benilo Cicero during the regular season in August hit a grand slam home run. Benilo Cicero unfortunately is injured for the rest of the playoffs. So 8-4 lead for the Bronx Knights. Runners at first and third with 1 out. And Anthony Millo steps up to the plate. Swing and a miss out front, changeup, strike 1. Swings out in front of the cut fastball. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. I think I might have jinxed Anthony Millo. Grounds it to third. Over to second for 1. Back to first. Yes, I did. It's a round the horn double play to retire the side. I jinxed Anthony Millo. So, get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the 7th inning stretch here in Game 6 of the ALCS. Knights versus Rays. Bronx Knights lead by 4. So, bottom of the 7th. Up steps Jose Ramirez, who is a switch hitter, turns around and bats from the right side against the left-handed pitcher, Jesse Biddle. In there, strike one with the fastball, 97 on the radar gun. Welcome to the stream. This is Bronx Knights Baseball. If you're watching on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Swing and a miss the fastball, strike two. 2 quick strikes on Ramirez. And he just gets a piece of the two-seamer to stay alive. Count remains. No balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. It's Biddle's 2nd strikeout in as many batters. So next up is Aaron Judge. Here comes the pitch from Biddle. Can't get around on the fastball, drives it foul, strike 1. Aaron is 0 for 2 today. Inside corner with the two-seam fastball. 2 quick strikes on Aaron Judge. Just misses with the slider off the plate. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. And again, just gets a piece of the fastball to stay alive. Bronx Knights lead this ALCS 3-2. If they win today, they advance to the World Series. Slow roller to the shortstop. Salazar throws to first in time, 2 away. The Tampa Bay Rays need to win this game and Game 7 in order to advance to the World Series. Bronx Knights are 1 game away from playing the Colorado Rockies in the World Series. Next up is Francisco Mejia, shortstop. Check that. He's the catcher, the number 9 hitter. Turns around and bats from the right side against the left-handed pitcher Jesse Biddle. Hit a 2-run home run in his last at-bat. It's 1 for 2. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. And he makes a bid for home run number 2, but just gets under it. Skies to left. O'Rourke is there, makes the catch, retires the side. So, the end of 7 innings. Bronx Knights lead 8-4. I got to bounce, but I hope we keep this lead. I'll check back later. Good luck. Thank you so much, Wicked Quixotic. I appreciate your support. See you in the World Series. Fingers crossed. So, in the bullpen, from the Tampa Bay Rays, comes Dominic Leone, making his 4th appearance. He has pitched well. He's pitched 3 shutout innings in the playoffs. He will face Max Lukulich, who's 2 for 4 today. Turns around and bats from the left side against the righty Leone. And it is a fly ball to right. 1 pitch, 1 away. I need to check my bullpen before I go any further. Manager's office, bullpen. Switch hitter, righty. Paul was on fire running the ball last night. I wish I could have seen it. Carlos Estevez. I'm going to go with Carlos Estevez. I'm going to let Jesse Biddle pitch to 1 more batter in the next inning. Don Mattingly, 2 for 4. And he hits a line drive, base hit to right field. It's a 1-out single for Mattingly. He has 3 hits in today's game. And there's a runner at first with only 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. Next up is Chris Ramos, the second baseman, the reigning American League Most Valuable Player. He's 0 for 3 today, hitting .250 for the postseason. Pitches outside, ball 1. All will be forgiven, Ramos, if you have a good World Series. And he pops him up in foul territory. Easy play for Ramirez, and there are 2 away here in the top of the 8th.
Now back, left fielder, Mike
Next up is Michael O'Rourke, who came to play. He's 3 for 3 today. Runner at first, 2 down, 8-4 lead for the Knights. Just misses with the slider, ball 1 from Leon. Line drive, caught by the ball boy. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouls off the two-seam fastball. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. For those of you that are unaware, the Outlander show does a Madden football fantasy franchise. Inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. A lot of fun. You should follow his channel. He's a YouTube channeler. Line drive right there to catch it is Xander Bogaerts to retire the side. Oh, so I was at work and the guy I'm training was talking about D&D. Very cool. We also do Dungeons and Dragons. I told him to subscribe to your channel and he did right in front of me, so he might be watching you guys, trying to chat with us. Good. I hope so. Thank you so much, Mr. Outlander. So, here in the bottom of the 8th, Brian Roberts leads off. Switch hitter turns around and bats from the right side against the lefty Jesse Biddle. It's a 4-run lead in Game 6 for the Bronx Knights of the American League Championship Series. First pitch in there, strike 1. Welcome to the channel. This is Bronx Knights Baseball. I am RC Robin. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. This is Game 6 of the American League Championship Series. And he's late on the fastball, and the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Roberts. Just misses with the inside fastball. Count is 1 and 2. Again gets a piece of the breaking ball. Count will stay 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And there's 1 away here in the 8th. Here's the replay while I drink my coffee. So next up is the center fielder, Oscar Mercado. Oscar is 0 for 3 with a ground out. I'm going to ride Biddle. Deep drive to center, but playable for Lukulich. He's there. And there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. 4 more outs, and the Bronx Knights go to the World Series. 4 more outs. Next up is Xander Bogaerts. He had a single in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 3. 2 outs here in the 8th. Biddle sets and delivers. In there with the curveball, strike 1. At this point, manager, bullpen. This point, I'm sitting down Carlos Estevez. And I'm warming up John Smoltz, the closer. John Smoltz is pitching the 9th no matter what the score is. Outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Almost hits him with the slider. Count is 2 and 1. Strike 2. Count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases empty. 8-4 lead for the Bronx Knights here in Game 6 of the ALCS. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 3 more outs, and they go to the World Series. It's an 8-4 lead for the Bronx Knights in Game 6 of the ALCS. Bronx Knights 8, Tampa Bay Rays 4. So we go to the top of the 9th. In comes Martin Wetber with his silly mustache. He has been successful in the playoffs. He's pitched in 3 games. He hasn't given up an earned run. As much as I hate his mustache, he's pitched well. Leading off is the shortstop, Jacob Salazar, who's had a good game. He's 2 for 3. He had a single and a 2-run triple. Pitches low, ball 1, going back to the bullpen. Manager's office and bullpen. Righty, lefty, lefty. All right, John Smoltz scheduled to put him in the game. The closer is coming in. Count is 1 ball and no strikes on Salazar. 2 balls and no strikes. That's a line drive. Base hit to left field. Past the outstretched glove of Xander Bogaerts. The leadoff man here is on for the top of the 9th inning. He has 3 hits in today's ball game. He came to play. Next up is Matthew Saps, the designated hitter. Pitches outside ball 1. He has an RBI single today. He's 1 for 2. Salazar leads off first. And that's a deep drive towards the left center field gap, but playable for Oscar Mercado. There's 1 away. The runner retreats to first. Put a charge into it, but he ran it down. San Francisco Lindor, the right fielder, is 2 for 2. He's 8 for 16 in the playoffs. 2 for 4, check that. 8 for 16. Outside ball 1. Michael Lorenzen, who did not pitch well yesterday, is warming in the bullpen for the Tampa Bay Rays. Quick throw to first. He's back. Low, 2 balls and no strikes from Silly Mustache Man. Can't get enough of that mustache. Just can't get enough. So, Salazar leads off first, 1 away here in the top of the 9th. And he skies it to center field. Easy play for Mercado. And there are 2 away. So next up is Matt Termini. He's 0 for 3 today. 2 outs, top of the 9th. And again, a drive to center, but Mercado barely has to move, makes the play for the final out. We go to the bottom of the 9th. 3 more outs, and the Bronx Knights go to the World Series. This is Game 6 of the ALCS. Let's go. Do I want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. Hall of Fame pitcher, John Smoltz. Pitched in 5 games. He has 4 saves in 4 attempts. This is the 9th inning, the bottom of the 9th, in an elimination game. JD Martinez steps up to the plate. He had a solo home run in the 2nd inning. He is 1 for 3. First pitch from Smoltz. Misses outside with the fastball. In there with the splitter. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Martinez. Changeup floats in there for strike 2. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 1 out. 2 more outs, and they go to the World Series. Here's the replay. Next up is the left-handed hitter, John Olerud. 1 out, bottom of the 9th. 8-4 lead for the Bronx Knights. 2 more outs. And they meet the Colorado Rockies in the World Series. Here's the pitch. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate, strike 1. Grounds it to third. Routine play for Termini. And there's 2 outs here in the 9th, and they are down to their final out of the season for the Tampa Bay Rays. And the Bronx Knights are 1 out from reaching the World Series. Up steps a dangerous hitter, Dominic Smith. He's 1 for 3 with a single. He's hit .359 during the postseason. It's an 8-4 lead for the Bronx Knights. Here comes the pitch. Inside corner, strike 1. Off the plate inside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. in there, strike 2, and the Tampa Bay Rays are down to the final strike of their season. Fouls it off. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Bases empty, bottom of the ninth. 8-4 lead here in Game 6 of the American League Championship Series. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ball game over. Series over. Bronx Knights go to the World Series to face the Colorado Rockies in the 2024 playoffs. They've done it. Oh. I have to confess. I got up to a 3-1 lead in this series. Game 5 yesterday. I told myself, if I don't win Game 5, I'm going to lose Game 6 and Game 7. I'm going to go back to Tampa Bay and end up losing momentum and losing I'm going to lose Game 6, and then because Joey Pollard was 0-2 in the playoffs, I thought it was going to be 0-3, and then I was going to go to my ace, Eli Ramos, who had pitched well during the regular season but was going on short rest, and he was going to get blown up, and I was going to be one of those classic teams in the playoffs that are up 3-1 and then lose 3 straight. But it didn't happen. The Bronx Knights, after playing 162 plus, after playing every inning of every game, no skipped innings, no simulated games, have achieved the mountaintop. They've reached the World Series. Player of the game is Jacob Salazar. He was 3 hits, he had a triple, 2 runs batted in. He is your player of the game. And the Bronx Knights celebrate reaching the World Series for the 2nd time in their history, actually. Actually, their 2nd time in their history. I wish I could say it was the 1st, but it's the 2nd. So 4 more wins, and they are the champions of baseball. 4 more wins. Again, the home field advantage has been given to the Colorado Rockies. While they have less wins during the regular season, the National League won the All-Star game this season, and thereby awarded home field advantage. So the World Series will begin probably later on today. I wouldn't be surprised. Game 1 of the World Series of Bronx Knights versus Colorado Rockies will happen in Colorado for Game 1. Bronx Knights, 8 runs, 15 hits, no errors. Tampa Bay Rays, 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors. The winning pitcher is Joey Pollard, he's 1-2. Mark Pryor is the losing pitcher, he's 2-2. And the player of the game is Jacob Salazar. Everyone who joined the stream, whether you made a comment or not, thank you so much for watching. I sincerely appreciate it. This is Bronx Knights Baseball. I am RC Robin, thank you. So that's it. Finals 8-4. World Series, here we come. Have yourself an absolutely great Sunday afternoon.